So I want to show you something. So right now, look at that dark here and this light. And look at the divide that is going on here. It's very interesting also. It's clear sky, but it's raining a little bit from some dark clouds over here. So what I feel, what we feel to talk about right now is the division between the new earth and the old earth. Many beings can't fathom what's actually going on here. And we want to give some clarity, because from this perspective, from the dualistic perspective, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because in that perspective, everything exists. And people are just behaving in a certain way. It's a different perspective. You can't comprehend this frequency shift from that perspective. You just can't. It's impossible. You have to use a different mode of logic in the holistic perspective. That is because it is night and day. It is very different. And it's not something that you comprehend from this perspective. You have to align to this perspective. So no figuring out your trauma, digging in, and like who did who, what did who, oh, I know from the logical mind that, oh, it is like this, oh, I have this, and all of these things that happen to you. That is just a story. That is what's going on here. And the only thing it is, it's just people that don't want to let the old go. That's all what it is. Another way to say that is that those are the beings that will not ascend. These are the being that chooses this ascends. But it's a choice. It's not something that is forced upon you. You choose. Do you want to continue with this misery? Because vibrationally, you have a choice. You can vibrate to a different reality, or you can keep doing the same thing that you've always done. And you know what that leads? It's these cycles. Some people call it cycles of suffering, cycles of wheels of karma. That's all what that is. Let's not complicate things. If you want a different experience, it doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter what condition you think. It doesn't matter what you think really, because it's about vibration. So you have to align your thinking to match that. You're not going to make that match this way of thinking. That doesn't work. That's insanity. That is what this is. Doing something the same way, thinking the same thing, doing the same thing, expecting something else. It doesn't work like that, my dears. And that is what the splitting of the worlds are. They're literally this divide of people that are clustering together. Because the beings that are here don't want to be there. Because they know that. They've seen that. They've gone through lifetimes of this stuff, learning to look at themselves and change themselves from the inside out, like this being, so that he can connect with beings from this realm, because he is now more frequency operating through his body from this realm. And it's a alignment. It's alignment to truth. You have to do truth. It doesn't matter what logic you follow. If you're following a logic from here, it's going to lead you to the dualistic perspective. You have to follow a different way of thinking. That is what the Course in Miracles was. It was the preparation for these times, so that the beings that are ready to align to this, because they are done with this is what we are inviting. But it's a choice. It's always going to be a choice. If you're here and you can't even see, and you're judging the beings that are doing this and that and the other, that says it all. That says that you are in a dualistic perspective. It is that simple. Because whenever you're judging the outside, whatever shape or form, you are in the dualistic perspective by default. That's the proof right there, because you're acting that way. That means that you're vibrating in that way. And that means that that vibration and what you got going on is going to create something bigger. For you, not for me, because I want nothing to do with that shit. So I'm saying goodbye to everyone that vibrates like that. They either go up and start to vibrate the same way as we're doing here, or perhaps they're higher and they're pulling a little bit. We're all in this together. That's what that means. We're not all in this together. We have to drag the old with us. No. Each person has a responsibility for himself. But the problem with that way of thinking is that they want others. It is a dualistic perspective. They think that we should, and it's all this blame game. We've had enough of that already. That is the old. All of the old ways and all of the old ways of thinking that is attached to that old ways. We have to align to a new perspective. And that is what the holistic perspective is. That is why I came through with the Course in Miracles, to prepare for these times. And now we are ready. The beings that are ready, we highly encourage you to start being more conscious with your elevation in frequency. Because it is an effort. It takes focus. It takes dedication to walk this path. It is not something that you just cruise and let Gaia take over. No. We need to make sure that we are driving our own spaceship in the right direction. That is what the holistic perspective is. This is the holistic perspective. There is more light. There is more comprehension of reality. It is not hiding things in the shadow anymore. It is looking at reality exactly for what it is. It is aligning to the truth of what it is. In truth, in energetic truth, which is the body's experience of it, not the thoughts superimposed on reality of how it's supposed to be. That's a big fault of many that have written all of these books. So when beings are residing and following all these books that are in the dualistic perspective, they're just roaming around in the same mud. There's no point in that. We need to align these modalities to the holistic perspective. Because it is a different perspective. You have to get this. It is a different perspective. You have to will this. You have to align to this with action and vibration. It does matter what you do. Every single choice matters in frequency, whether you go up or down. So if you're tired of just getting dragged around by the automatic, and you're ready to step in and do something about your light and take it somewhere, that's why you're here. You're here to embody as much light as you can. And so for that, we highly encourage you to sign up for this 28-day of free consciousness shift, where we take you up in frequency. We assist you to think correctly so that you can start to align your energy properly and land who you are. This is what we came for. We came to land our light. And this is how we do it. You got this. We love you. You have so much support from this side. All of the archangels, all of the ascended masters, Jesus Christ, and the entire galactic family of light are supporting you on this side, because that's where we reside. We reside in the holistic perspective, and that's where you can commune with us. But if you are believing in all of this stuff, you can't reach us. This is why these times are so special, because more and more people can make the decision consciously here that, look, I've had enough. Enough of this already. I know that we're heading this way. This is the holistic perspective. And one way to go there is to get a little helping hand from the Ascended Masters, Jesus. That's why we came through with these 28 days of consciousness shift. They're packed, imprinted, impregnated with a lot of channels open for us to come through that video recording. All of them. Because it's all matters. Because it will connect you energetically. Those videos are encoded with energies that allow us to come through to you individual. All you have to do is allow for it. Then we are allowed to help you. We can only help you if you align to our help. If you align with these teachings. Because then you are seeing accurately everything that's going on, and you can call on the right help that will help, because you see how energy works. You will become master alchemists, because that is necessary for this path, to balance out the two poles within, the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine, the good, the bad, all of those dualities, until you see the truth. And that is a different perspective, my dears. It is a different way of seeing the world. And that needs to be trained and initiated into. So, the first we recommend is to start these 28 days of consciousness shift. Be serious about it. This is a spiritual routine that we are instilling in your consciousness with these 28 days. It is the foundation of what's to come. We are guiding you up in frequency into the holistic perspective for all of you that wants to. For all of you that chooses and recognizes that, yeah, I fucked up. There is another way. And you're ready to hear another way. This is for you. We welcome you. As you can see, the light, it's still here. This is just getting brighter and brighter. The more you focus there, it is your focus that dictates what way you're going. Are you going to the dark side or are you going to the light? But you have to understand what light is. You have to comprehend your own energy. And you have to align. And through these 28-day consciousness shift, we are assisting you vibrationally to align to a totally different perspective. That's what we wanted to share. Thank you so much, and pick wisely. These are special times. Take advantage of it. Very magical things can happen when you align in the right way. Thank you so much. We love you, and we'll speak to you again in another one. Ciao. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much. We'll speak to you again in the next one. Ciao.